Making plans in English should be simple, but native speakers somehow turned it into emotional jazz. Nobody says, "Yes, I would like to participate in this social activity." Instead, everybody says, "Maybe. We'll see. I might be up for that. That could work. Let me check." These phrases sound confusing until you realize something important. Native speakers are often not communicating information. They are managing pressure, politeness, emotional risk, and the terrifying possibility of accidentally sounding too eager. And once you learn the pattern, English conversations suddenly make way more sense. So today, we're decoding what native speakers actually mean when making plans, because maybe does not always mean maybe. Sometimes it means convince me, sometimes it means probably not, and sometimes it means I already know I'm not going, but I want to leave this conversation peacefully. English is beautiful. Let's start with one of the most common phrases in conversational English. For example, we could grab dinner. We could watch a movie. We could go Saturday instead. Now, grammatically, this is just a suggestion, but socially, this phrase is doing something much more important. It lowers pressure. Compare these. Let's get dinner versus we could get dinner. The second version feels softer, safer, more flexible. Because sounding too direct in English can feel weirdly aggressive, like you're trying to schedule brunch with the energy of a hostage negotiator. So tell me, if somebody says, "We could hang out sometime," are they making a concrete plan or expressing general interest? Usually they are expressing general interest. "We should definitely hang out sometime" is one of the least binding agreements ever created by humanity. This phrase has launched approximately 0 actual calendars. Now this phrase is incredibly important because learners often hear, "I might be up for that," and think, "Great, they said yes." No. This is not full commitment. This means I like the idea, but I reserve the right to become tired for absolutely no reason later. It's a soft yes, a cautious yes, a pending further evaluation of my energy levels yes. For example, "I might be up for drinks later" translates to, "I like the idea, but don't build your entire evening around me yet." That's the real meaning. Native speakers instantly recognize this as a soft yes with cancellation potential. "Let me check" is a fascinating phrase because technically, it means somebody needs information. But socially, it often means I'm not ready to commit yet. For example, "Let me check my schedule." Sometimes that's literally true, and sometimes that schedule is completely empty. The person just wants time, flexibility, or a socially comfortable escape route. The more direct the English becomes, the stronger it sounds emotionally. For example, "I can't go" feels stronger than "I might have something that evening." Native speakers soften everything: invitations, opinions, rejections, entire personality traits. Now let's talk about agreement. Textbooks teach, "I agree." Real people say, "Sounds good. That works for me. Yeah, I'm good with that." Why? Because casual English is emotionally relaxed. Nobody wants lunch plans to sound like international trade negotiations. Now here's the important nuance. "That works for me" is emotionally stable English. The plan has simply achieved acceptable operating conditions. Here's the big realization. In conversational English, people often communicate attitude, enthusiasm, hesitation, politeness, more than literal information. That's why learners sometimes understand every word but still feel confused, because the real meaning lives in tone, softness, indirectness, confidence level, flexibility. And once you start listening for that, native conversations become much easier to decode. Social plans in English are rarely confirmed. They simply become increasingly less hypothetical over time. Alright, let's test your decoding skills. If somebody says, "Yeah, we should definitely do that sometime," do they sound A, fully committed, or B, positive but non-committal? If you answered B, congratulations, you're no longer just hearing English. You're interpreting the social operating system underneath it. And that's one of the biggest differences between studying English and actually understanding people.